Hi, this is John with The Evolving World. Today I'm doing a video on upgrading some structural reinforcing bars on a Fiat 500e. Actually, this is going to be the upgrade, and this is going to be an additional reinforcing bar located above the motor compartment. So I was debating this a while back. As you might have noticed on a previous episode, a few episodes back, I installed some vertical bars that reinforced the chassis, and I was very happy with the performance improvement that I gained from that. So those were located behind the front wheel on either side of the car, and so this is the same company, Road Race Motorsports, and so yeah, I really liked the quality of those. And what happened is I wanted this one, but it was kind of pricey, and then one time I noticed on the website they were having a special, and basically two for the price of one and a half. So it was like such a good deal. I said, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and buy this special deal here. So I got both of them, and so very happy with the purchase here so far. It's very nice quality, just like the vertical bars. Nice welds, nice tight, precise construction here and everything. So it's nice finish on it. And so yeah, let's go ahead and get these guys installed. This is what all came with the kit here, so let's see how it all goes together and see if we get any improvement. Okay, we'll start with the lower bar. All you're going to need is an 18mm socket, breaker bar, and a torque wrench for reinstallation. And of course you'll have to jack up the car a little bit using two jacks. The system works pretty good. I don't think we'll even need jack stands because we're going to be pretty quick at exchanging this thing out. So all you have to do is just get it high enough that you can get in here and get to what you need to get to. So we're going right here. This is the old bar right here. Flimsy little piece of cardboard steel. So we'll be taking that out, putting in a new one. Okay, so here they are, side by side, comparing the old to the new. So this one right here is 2 pounds and 14 ounces. This one is 3 pounds and 4 ounces. But the bolts are a little bit shorter because we're only using one bolt versus two to actually mount it. The shorter one will go here or so, and then this piece right here will line up with this one on the outer one. So these are actually 1 ounce lighter. So collectively 5 ounces more weight. That's all we're adding. And the difference, of course, is that you could put this on your knee. I could do this with one hand even. You could bend this thing. You know, there's definitely flex in it. And you can definitely bend that fairly easy. And this one, there's no way you can bend this. This thing is like super strong. So anyway, that looks to be what we need to do. So we probably want to put this stubby one in first at this location. On both sides, we're going to torque these to 55 foot-pounds per factory spec, and then we'll go ahead and install this one in right here and do the same. Okay, here it is, looking awfully pretty. The only thing I would say is that might be a negative is it appears to be maybe a good ½ inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch lower than the factory bar. There's no other issues. It comes kind of close to touching right here, but it does not. Other than that, it fits perfect. Yeah, just a little bit lower. So that might be a concern for certain people, especially if you lowered your car. So I brought mine down to normal height, so still shouldn't be a problem. As long as you got 4½ inches or so, should be fine. I'm gonna have to take a measurement when I lower the car. I put it back down on the ground here. As you can see here, it looks like it's about 4 inches here. I'm not so certain about this, if I like this very much. This is, that's getting a little bit on the low side. I'm not sure. I should have took a measurement. I didn't even think about that. I should have took a measurement of what it was before. It was definitely higher up. Maybe by as much of the length of or the width of the bar here, which appears to be about, what is it? About an inch, maybe 7/8 or an inch. So it looks like we may Huh. I don't know. Because it looks like the rest of the car is like, you know, if you look at the flat part of the car behind the bar there, it's higher up. This is like the lowest part of the car now, pretty much. Yeah, because even my front lip here, that the black part, the black rubber part, call it a spoiler, call it an air dam, call it a lip, whatever you want to call it. See, this is about 4.5. And that scrapes on all kinds of things. Of course, this is flexible, so it's not that big of a deal, and it's protruding out in the front. So, but under normal driving, I would think, you know, just like drag-wise, having something stick down lower than anything else in the car, it's not exactly the smartest thing to do. I mean, now you got like a little piece that's kind of, if you think of it just from aerodynamics, now you have a piece that's sticking down there that's going to create drag. So I'm not crazy about this. I mean, I'm not going to take it off. I'm going to leave it on for now, but I'm going to hold on to the old one. Because, yeah, I'm not sure if this is such a great mod after all. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and put the upper one in. And so it weighs 2 pounds and 14 ounces. Just weighed it right now. And we'll be reusing the existing bolts. All you're going to need is a 13mm wrench and then a torque wrench to tighten them up. These are not going to be as tight. I think these are only 30 foot-pounds, I believe. The thing that I kind of note with this, and this is why I hesitated the first time actually in even buying this upper bar, is that although there will be, this will kind of triangulate and come across and back down here, it will kind of create kind of a loop right here on the upper part of the car. The only thing is that this is what I noticed before, is that this is actually like sheet metal right here. I mean, this is not really, this doesn't seem like it's all that structurally sound. It's not like, you know, this is not an upper strut tie bar. Okay, let's make that clear first and foremost, because if you had a strut tie bar, you know, right here, which is kind of difficult to do in this car, obviously very difficult, but possibly impossible actually on this particular car. But like when a lot of cars have their struts out, you know, out here somewhere, or actually the whole windshield is back on most cars. So, you know, if you have that bar tying directly straight across from upper strut to upper strut, that can make a huge difference. This one's not that though. So this is actually bolting right here. This just seems like sheet metal, right? This seems almost kind of flimsy in itself. So I mean, if you're bolting to something that's flimsy, I don't know if it's really going to make that big of a difference. So that's my opinion about that before we even start. So anyway, it would definitely look nice. That's something. But let's go ahead and get started. Actually, another thing that I was thinking about doing is there's a lot of like, since we're going to be adding another 2 pounds, 14 ounces, there's probably a few things that I could shave off here. You know, I got some extra metal pieces that are on here. There's actually this plate thing back here too that I really can't figure out what is the point of this. Protect the connections apparently, but I mean, it's like no one's going to be reaching down here and grabbing this. It's not like it's out in the open. It's, you know, it's underneath the hood. No one's going to be reaching in there and grabbing it. So I might take this off, see how much this weighs, and maybe we can lose some weight, kind of compensate for the new weight. Alright, so I took this guy out. All it was doing was covering these connectors right here. I'm not sure why that even is there. That seems kind of silly. I'm not exactly sure what the purpose of that is. It's just like extra protection. And this is actually 2 pounds and 8 ounces, which is only, what is that, 6 ounces within what the new bar weighs. So 6 ounces and 5 ounces, that means we're only going to add 11 ounces now total if I take this off. So that's gone. That is definitely gone. So for the upper bar here, I'm finding it looks like it will fit even despite our coolant tank being right up against it here. However, there's a little mod you have to do here. This piece right here is either going to have to be bent or cut off because it's protruding up. It's kind of interfering with the flatness of the new bar. So we're going to have to cut this off right about here. Same thing on this side, right about here. So gonna either have to bend this thing down or cut it off. I'm not sure what's gonna be the best thing. I'm not sure if that is gonna weaken it too, because it's this thing. The whole reason why it has that lip right there is to kind of stiffen it. Okay, so I found a better solution for the problem here. I have a whole bunch of these washers and everything, so these are galvanized 1/4 inch. And so what you do is you take 3 of these guys per bolt. And I don't know if you can see that right there, but they're kind of in there. And that gives you just enough space to clear that metal. So that way we don't have to cut anything. This is really almost an impossible area to cut right here without removing a bunch of stuff. And that's not something I want to do. So this is a much easier, simpler solution, I believe. So it's touching the this coolant reservoir right here. So I'm not, I mean, it's like right on it, but if you redirect the hoses around here, it's kind of, you have a little bit of, it's okay here. I had to reroute these a little bit, but it's just touching just a little bit right here. So this is actually in there pretty tight now, so it's not going to have much room to move, but was able to torque them down. They came off at 18, so I put them back on at 18. So yeah, voila, there it is. It's looking pretty. Definitely like the nice red. I suspect the lower bar is doing 90% of the work, but with both bars going on at the same time, the car is just like so much better. It's so much flatter in the corners. I mean, it's like there's no flex in the front of the car at all anymore. It's just, it's actually quite remarkably different. I mean, it feels better than it's ever felt before. Because before, you know, with or without the anti-roll bar, you hit these bumpier roads, kind of like this right here, and you almost have to constantly like adjust the steering and stuff. Like it would just, whereas now it's just like, it's just more stable. I mean, that's the thing I really noticed, the steering stability, the straight line stability, because the car is in alignment, it should go straight, but you get on some of these bumpy, twisty roads and it just gets upset really, really quickly. Now it's just like, it's tight. I mean, it's freaking tight. I can't believe it. It feels like the anti-roll bar is back on. And I didn't even put it back on. All I did is change the bar. These bars in the front really transform the car. I highly recommend them. Don't get an upgraded sway bar. That's the last thing you want to do. You're going to have a freaking crazy hard ride if you do that. And then you're going to hate the car. What you can do is get these bars I put on here. That will definitely make a difference. Worth every penny. If you really like driving, if you really like hitting the twisty roads, and you really like having stability in your steering, definitely highly recommend them. So anyway, I hope you found this video useful and helpful. Please like and subscribe if you did. Many more videos to come. Thanks again for watching.